The Mancuso Field at Viking Stadium for the Division II regional final between the defending state champions in the Anderson Redskins and the Winton Woods Warriors. Hi again, everybody. Andy Sanzada, joined as always by my partner Jacob Williams and our entire hard-working crew. And Jacob, this is the matchup that everybody was waiting to see when the brackets came out a couple of weeks ago, and it's been a little bit of a harder road to get to this point for the defending state champion Anderson Redskins. Winton Woods has had a real easy road up to this point, taking care of business as expected. 58-12 over Dayton Dunbar, 44-9 over Kings, who upset Turpin to play Winton Woods last week. But I don't think we're going to see any scores along those lines here tonight. Both these teams going to be ready to go at it, and this is going to be a really physical and demanding football game tonight.
Absolutely, Andy. Here we are in mid-November, and another rematch for the Warriors. In late September, they opened up a can on the Redskins. The Redskins, however, have found a way to put that game in their rearview mirror, and now find themselves in position to defend their 07 state title. Now, Andy, it's apparent there isn't enough room in these playoffs for two Indian nations, and no matter what happens tonight, the rivalry between these schools will continue sometime into the 09 season.
Well, both of these teams have a lot as they come onto the football field. The left tackle is Andrew Norwell. Center is Nick Sherman. The right tackle is Greg Mance, and the right guard is Max Elliott. At quarterback, Daniel Rod. The tight end is Kevin Becker. The wide receivers are Jason Bruner and John Runk. In the backfield, Kyle Slater and Luis Perez. First
minutes and 21 seconds.
Well, Slater was one of probably the biggest player that was hurt in that regular season matchup. Tonight he's back in there. Rod will pitch it to Slater. He gets to the outside, turns the corner, and he's close to a first down. It's whether or not he kept his feet in bounds and stretched it first, or if they're going to mark him out of bounds short of the yard marker. Let's take a look on the replay.
Looks like Corey Weber, number 88 for the Warriors, comes in there and sticks a hat on him there, and he had a hell of a game, last time, and he actually
has no interceptions. Getting back to the stats for Daniel Rod, but here's a back in Slater, and this is what they didn't have in the matchup. And trust me, Coach Everhart is fully aware of Kyle Slater bringing another element to this offense. This guy rushed for 1,500 yards in the regular season, Jacob, and he missed 4 ball games. That's the kind of numbers he was putting up this year.
Well, certainly that would have been very helpful in the last contest, but he's going to have to prove it tonight. Looks like that ball's on the ground. So what do you do in your playbook if you're Anderson here, Andy?
Well, I think it's about time we see a little down the field action here. Maybe play action, roll out to the right. That's Rod's favorite pass play. Well, let's see what they go with here. 1st and 10 from their own 22. Perez in motion. They'll stick to the ground, and Slater breaks some tackles and moves it all the way up to the 30-yard line. I'm telling you, this is a different offense with him in that backfield, and we're seeing it already here tonight.
Well, that's what they need to do, is just stick with their identity. That's what got them here.
2nd and 2 from the 30. He picks up 8 on that first down run, and that's something that the Warriors have not seen too much of early in these playoffs. Bruner this time in motion. They'll keep it on the ground. Slater finds a seam right through the middle of the defense, and another first down.
Slater protecting that ball well, going through the middle, both hands covering that ball.
Yeah, great block by the center. Nick Sherman and Andrew Norwell. You'll hear that name a lot tonight, and you probably have seen that name a lot in the papers. The lineman, left tackle, receiving offers from schools like the University of Cincinnati, but also from Ohio State, and actually got a personal phone call from the head coach of the Buckeyes, Jim Tressel, earlier this week. So if Jim Tressel can't motivate you, I don't know if anybody can. 3.5 remaining in the first. 1st and 10 from the 38. They'll keep it on the ground, and they'll keep moving it forward as Slater goes over the left side, and that's Norwell. And this is something that Winton Woods has not had too much trouble with so far, but this offense seems to have found a niche right now, Jacob, and they're just pushing that ball forward.
Well, you know, the games I've seen them in, even against Dayton Dunbar, there's on the defense of Winton Woods for a few plays.
Perez in motion. They'll keep it on the counter. Slater finding a hole, and he got another first down as he moves it up to about the 49-yard line. He needed 4, he got 5.
Okay, so now it looks to me here, Andy, with the Redskins having this success running the ball, they got the Warriors in position to go to this.
Averaging 22.5 per catch so far in these playoffs with 1 touchdown. Twins to the far side. Runk going in motion. They'll give it to Slater, and he'll bust it through. Down the right side, 1 man to beat. It's Chris Williams, and he dives over the end line, but he stepped out of bounds at this 4. It'll be 1st and goal for the Redskins, and a huge run of 44 yards for Kyle Slater.
Good hole opened up by the Redskin offensive line. Malik Bomar pushed way downfield, place he's not accustomed to be steered to, and Chris Williams make a nice save for the Warriors.
Yep, good call by the officials. Nice job, crew. Able to pick up that shot. Is losing a couple yards on the play. Runk in motion. They'll run it with Slater. Diving over the top. He's in. Touchdown. All you've got to do is put the ball across the plane of the goal line, and Kyle Slater's athleticism puts 6 on the board for the Redskins.
Got it in there. He held that ball out a little bit, and hopefully next time he's holding that ball out like that, someone comes.
Columbus, St. Francis de Sales. They're playing Louisville. Both teams undefeated going into tomorrow night's matchup, so that's something to look for there. Out west, you've got Sylvania Southview from the Toledo area taking on Medina Highland from the Cleveland area. The backup quarterback there, Brandon Bornhauser, with the return for the.
They're going to have to kick that ball deeper than this.
So Daniel Rowd will bring his offense back onto the field as Kyle Slater took him in over the goal line to put the first points on the boards tonight for the Redskins. Let's see if they can answer back. Hard count, Slater again, right up the middle, and he'll get an easy 5 yards as he moves it up to the 40-yard line.
Looks like Anderson is about to give the Warriors a taste of their own medicine, pounding that ball up the middle.
There you see Norwell picking up Anthony Brown, and those are the type of blocks, folks, that have trips out to the near side. Now moving Perez in motion. He'll keep it on the ground. Slater with the speed right through the middle of the defense again, and a touchdown-saving tackle by Kalen Sofer, but not before Kyle Slater takes it down to the Warrior 40-yard line.
Well, again, this is where the Redskins have stayed with their offensive identity and are playing a much more competitive game by doing so.
That's a big 20-yard run by Kyle Slater on 3rd and 3. And this will bring up an interesting decision on 4th down now for the Redskins. They are in Winton Woods territory, but if you don't get this.
Hail to the chief pass down here to Mr. Runk in this situation.
Well, they've got a post option here. If he can get to the, well, they faked the pass, and now with a halfback draw, Slater busts through a number of tackles and gets a 13-yard gain as he moves it to the 43-yard line. Another first down for the Redskins. Clock will stop until they set down the football.
Nice stop eventually made by Tristan Marvin for the Warriors. Said the skin stops here, but he's going to have to step it up big time tonight, because before it's all over, they're going to that guy.
Play action pass down the middle. Perez intercepted by Chris Williams. Williams hit hard by Kyle Slater, and that was out of frustration for a ill-advised throw by Daniel Rod late in the first half. And that's one you don't have to throw, and I know he'd like to have that back.
Well, you know, Andy, the hang time Chris Williams had going up for this ball was just like a Michael Jordan hang time there. That was beautiful.
Well, he's either got to throw it sooner or wait for Perez to get behind Williams and then throw it, and he didn't do either, and that's a costly turnover, the second of the first half